Alright, since our last update about the Turkey lockdown, we've gotten a lot of comments and questions here and on Instagram asking us about the rules and regulations in place and what could be coming into place in the near future in Turkey.
We are actually in Dubai right now. These new regulations are going to affect our travels as well when we are going back to Turkey. So we want to give you a quick update about the new lockdown rules for the New Year's time and also the regulations that just came into effect last night.
We're going to start with those because they're actually the most important for all travelers. Now, Turkey has instituted a new rule that you must present a negative COVID PCR test within 72 hours of your flight departure, and that's going to begin on Monday, December 28th.
Yeah, and this rule is going to apply for all travelers that are traveling to Turkey from all over the world. But those who are coming from Denmark, South Africa, and England, in addition to the negative PCR test, they are also going to be under quarantine for 7 days. And in the end of the 7 days, they will be tested again. If the results are negative, their quarantine will end. If the results are positive, then they will be treated. For now, they said England, but we don't know if that means the whole United Kingdom. If that becomes the case, then we will definitely update you accordingly under the description of this video.
And if you were thinking of traveling to Turkey by car, you actually have a 2-day buffer window. It's going to take effect on December 30th that you have to present the negative PCR test. So just be prepared. Whether you're coming by plane or car, you're going to need to present a negative PCR test for the near future.
And this new PCR test rule is going to be under effect until March 1st of 2021. So if you have any travel plans to Turkey until March 1st, just make sure that you have the PCR test that's taken within 72 hours.
And now that we're in Dubai, that actually is going to affect us just like it's affecting you. We're going to have to figure out how to get a negative PCR test here in Dubai before returning to Turkey. And I think then getting to the New Year's lockdown, that's kind of been the biggest question people have asked us.
If you watch our previous videos, you might be familiar with the lockdown rules in Turkey. It usually does not apply to the tourists visiting Turkey. For the New Year's, it's going to be the same case. Tourists are not going to be under curfew, so you can still travel around, get to the museums, but the New Year parties are not allowed. If you had any promotions from hotels saying that, hey, we have a New Year party, it is not going to happen, and Turkish government is going to be very strict for those who are trying to throw parties at the hotels or in large gatherings.
And like we discussed in our last video, hotel restaurants are actually allowed to stay open. It's just that you can't have a large gathering. So you could still have a dinner for New Year's Eve at your hotel. You just can't have a group gathering. So switching gears, if you need a test before heading back to your country before leaving Turkey, you could get one at the Istanbul airport for 250 Turkish liras, but if you prefer to have one done prior to getting to the airport and getting it out of the way, the maximum charge, even as a tourist, should be 250 liras. We're gonna link a laboratory down in the description below. They have plenty of places in Istanbul, and you could set up an appointment with them. That's how we got our test for Dubai, and we highly recommend going there. It's a much more peaceful process than probably a hospital at this point in time.
Yeah, unfortunately, some places are trying to charge tourists a little bit more than that. Definitely make sure that you're not paying more than what you're supposed to. Aside from the quarantine rules and the PCR test updates, we also have another update in regards to how to travel around Turkey. If you saw our previous videos, we mentioned that Uber was not allowed to be used in Turkey and we suggested another app. But on 24th of December, it was announced that actually Uber is welcome back again, which is exciting because for us international travelers, it's a great application to use wherever you go without making you have to communicate with your driver. So Uber is back. We're happy.
We've been getting reacclimated to it here in Dubai, so it's definitely a nice welcome back to have Uber in Turkey again. So that's it as far as new lockdown updates go here in Turkey. If any new information comes out, we'll be sure to update our description, so check it out below.
If you find this information useful, please don't forget to like our video, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel already, we will very much appreciate if you subscribe to our channel because it encourages us to making further videos. And until we see you, Happy New Year and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we will see you on the next travel videos. And if you ever wind up coming to Turkey, hope you have a great time. Take care.
Bye.